All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Richie Skye, and I just want to let you guys know that I just watched The Housewife and The Hustler, so you don't have to, okay? First things first, to start things off, it was kind of interesting to me that they would choose to have Danielle Stop in the intro. Okay, that's supposed to make this thing credible. How? This is no disrespect to Danielle Stop, but she didn't have the best edit on the Housewives of New Jersey. So I don't understand why they chose to get her. She can deliver a scandalous line here and there, some salaciousness to it. So I guess maybe they got that effect from it. But I was just kind of like, y'all would have done better, starting this thing off with Sunny Hostin, because I was just like, Sunny is gonna give this thing some credibility. You know what I'm saying? But okay, we're gonna start off with Danielle Stop. I don't know whose idea that was, and this is no disrespect to Danielle Stop. It was just confusing to me. She wasn't even on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She literally said she was on Watch What Happens Live with ERIKA Jayne maybe once or twice. What does that mean to us? Okay, in the grand scheme of this whole case, I don't really get it. It didn't make no sense to me. Why was she there, Ike? Why is she here? Meanwhile, we also had Dana Wilkie, who was a former friend of the Housewives on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was not on the show at the same time that ERIKA Jayne has been on the show. She was on their seasons prior to. But Dana Wilkie does have a good sense of what's going on in the streets of Beverly Hills. Okay, she is like Miss Bonita in the streets of Beverly Hills. She got the tea. She got the tea. She got the tea. I don't know how she got it, but she in the know. She is in the know. So I guess that's why they had her. They had some other people on there, some, people in the legal world. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like those people added credibility to this whole thing. And I also feel like, it was interesting to not only get the legal side of this, the perspective of, some entertainment journalists, as well as some people. I felt like Dana at least was on the show and is at least in Beverly Hills and can give some perspective on what life is like being a housewife, even though she was just a friend, okay? She at least has experience with the show, so I felt like, okay, I can see sort of why she's there. And I feel like she gives, I feel like she has this great way of sort of, giving you the tea. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Heather McDonald was on there as well. Now Heather McDonald, I thought like, okay, now this is now that is somebody that's definitely good to get on this show. But anyway, I digress. I watched this thing, so you don't really have to, okay? Here's basically what I feel like I came away with after watching this thing, okay? And it is this. I felt like I got basically this, for real, what you really get from this whole situation is the idea of what some of these victims have actually gone through. And I feel like that, to me, was the most startling aspect of this. Because by and large, we have tended to focus on, because we are a housewives and reality TV show kind of channel, we've really kind of focused on, the housewives aspect of this, ERIKA Jayne, and I have had many complaints over the years about her lack of, just bringing anything to the show. You know what I'm saying? She does bring, well, at the time, she did bring the wealth and the over-the-top, fabulosity. But at the end of the day, we also expect some substance too, some real storyline. And by storyline, I don't mean something that is contrived for you to bring to the screen. Something that's, what I mean by storyline is something that's actually going on in your life. Actual story, okay? And I talk about this all the time, the difference between storyline and story. And story is what's really actually going on and happening in your life that makes you interesting. Whether it is your business, whether it is your family life, whether it is your relationship, whether it's the crazy life of your kids, whatever it is, that's the story. You know what I'm saying? Not, we're going to focus on this season for this person and that's going to be their storyline. We know the difference. Anyway, I digress. I felt like she hadn't been bringing much story to the past couple of seasons, okay? So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, anyway, I feel like this. Much of the story that we have been focusing on has really been about, well, is he guilty? Oh my God, there's more. It seems like there's more cover up, new allegations, more money that we're talking about that was seemingly spent and not given to the victims, versus thinking about the actual victim stories. The victim stories are just wow. I mean, thinking about the victims of, whether it was the Lion Air incident or, one of the guys was a severe burn victim, another and two other people, one had lost her son. Had the other one lost her son too? No, I think she had some issue going on with her stomach and she was trying to sue the company that caused the issue or whatever. Anyway, it was just to hear, voicemails to them that are allegedly from Tom that basically, it just seemed like they were just putting off giving them the money that was owed to them from these lawsuits, and then only to find out that the money was actually given to the firm, but the funds were just never distributed. So hearing those stories and then adding on to the fact that ERIKA had been subpoenaed to go to court in May and September, then knowing now that she was filing for divorce around the 4th or so of November, it just seems to me like the way they put it in this documentary was basically, it made it seem like she may have known that there was something about to pop, okay? And that's why the divorce was filed, okay? So to me, I'm just gonna tell y'all, the documentary, it doesn't add a whole lot of new information for a lot of people who have been keeping up with this case. But I think what it does is, for people who don't understand the logistics and the legalese and the lingo, I feel like what it does is it does a great job of simplifying exactly what's going on so that you can understand it. Now, this was put together by ABC News. So obviously NBC Universal was not going to really comment on this. Neither was anyone from Bravo. And, while they actually were able to use clips of ERIKA Jayne's former interviews and bits and pieces of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to sort of really tell this tale of exactly what's going on in this situation. And it's interesting to me. It's almost as like, and I guess there had to have been a debate in her mind. Do I quit this show and potentially try to save my reputation? Or, because at the end of the day, that there are going to be these lawyers and these people who are actually, transcribing everything that's happening on the screen with her to use against her at some point. Would it have been better for her to not have done this season so that she could potentially save herself from anything that she may do to or say that would incriminate her? Or is it better for her to continue to work, to continue to make an income from this season so that she can continue to live somewhat of a, sorry for there's an ambulance going in the background, but would it be smarter for her to keep her job so that she can keep getting paid? Because at this point in time, the money ain't coming from Tom no more. It's got to come from her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I'll be interested to see, how this whole situation plays out this season and beyond. But I just thought I would give you guys my quick review of The Housewife and The Hustler on Hulu right now, because I'm trying to get more into TV reviews and stuff like that. And I like being able to just pick up the phone or pick up the camera and just give it to you guys straight. You know what I'm saying? Just like I think it. Ain't no filter. Ain't no, what I was about to say. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, that's it for this video. Subscribe